Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiran and I make architectural sketches. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about how to draw in perspective and what my drawing process looks like, and if you're interested in drawing something like this, so how I work with my drawings, I can walk through the process and show you some of my sketches as well. And hope you guys enjoy this video.
Okay, so we're gonna get started with 1-point perspective. And for 1-point perspective, it's always good to draw a line. This is called a horizon line, and it's basically where your eye level is. And I'm gonna draw a point here, just like draw a circle and draw lines that are coming out of it, which basically imagine like there's a sun and then the rays are coming out of it. So just draw like a graph, and I'm gonna draw a few lines here. And so anything that's closer to you, that's gonna be bigger in size. Anything that's farther away, that's gonna be smaller in size. So that point basically represents anything that's farther away. So I'm gonna draw a square for you guys, and I'm gonna use my lines just to draw that square. I just drew another line to give you a reference how that line's gonna mean in 3D, right? So these lines are parallel. These lines are always parallel. And I'm gonna shade my little square over here, right? So let's take this one step further and try to draw like few buildings. And this is a really rough sketch, right? So you don't have to be, you don't have to say, oh, this is ugly. I think this is ugly. The whole point of this drawing is to give you an idea how to draw in 1-point perspective. So right now I'm just like drawing random buildings, and I'm gonna draw a car here that's sort of moving towards that 1 point. So this car is bigger and another smaller car. More buildings, and you can keep on adding as much as you like. And if you can see, if something's above the horizon line, the angle of our top line sort of changes, the way it stretches out. So just follow your graph. You can always draw with pencil and then use pen to draw the actual lines. And now I'm drawing like pedestrian and like some parking space. Just keep on adding things you like. This is an example of 1-point perspective. As you can see how I've drawn this, imagine that small object that I've drawn, small person, that is where your 1 point is, and how things are being stretched out. So this is a really good example if you guys want to study it. You can imagine how everything stretched toward 1 point. Now we're gonna get started with our 2-point perspective. This is actually my favorite, and the whole concept is very similar to how we work with the 1-point perspective, but we just add another point. In this, I've added 2 random points on my horizon line. I'm sorry, my line isn't very straight since it's a very quick sketch. Just draw random lines the way you drew in 1-point perspective, and you'll see like how it's creating a graph for you guys. And it's easier to draw on a graph if you're starting out. So for this, I'm gonna draw a line in the middle, and in 2-point perspective, you are basically seeing 2 faces of a square. So if I'm drawing something, I'm gonna draw one face first, and I'm gonna follow that point perspective, and I'm gonna follow another point to draw another face. And we're gonna take the same example and let's take it one step further and start adding more details in the drawing. So if I had to make it look like a Japanese architectural style, I'm gonna start adding like those elements in there. And I'm just adding anything that I can think of randomly. Maybe a table here, and let's say it's a shop. So this is actually a 2-point perspectives example, and you can see how I've used the same concept of drawing 2 faces first and then taking it a step further by adding more elements in it. It's easier to draw if you draw a simple box first and add more elements in it. Now let's work with our 3-point perspective. For 3-point perspective, we are going to draw 3 points on our page. And I am going to draw the same lines, a graph for myself. I think 3-point is a little more messier. You don't have to draw so many lines like me, but if you're starting out, it's good to draw some lines. It really does help you in drawing more accurately. So for this, I'm going to imagine that I am looking up towards the sky, and in 3-point perspective, you can actually see 3 faces of a cube that you're actually drawing, and you'll see me drawing the face that's lower face of this rectangle or cube, whatever I'm drawing here, right? This building. And this is my one face, and this another one going to be my second face, and the lines are being pulled towards the 2 points that we have drawn. Wonderful. And you can draw, now you can follow the same concept and you can draw as many buildings as you want. Anything you draw, just imagine like it's a cube. It's always good to simplify your drawings. So this is an example for a 3-point perspective. You can find a step-by-step tutorial I posted on my Instagram highlights, and you can see how I have used 3 points, 1 on top and 2 on left and right side, to draw the lines, to draw a graph for myself, and then draw lines on that top of each other. Make sure you check it out on my Instagram highlights for a better understanding of how I've drawn it. This is another example of 3-point perspective. In this also I have used 2 points at the bottom and 1 point at the top, and you can see how I've drawn 3 faces. It's always good to simplify the drawings.
I hope this video was helpful and you guys learned a lot. If you have any questions or comments, do comment them below, or you can reach me out on my Instagram, art by Kiran Bhele. And thank you for watching. See you next time.